the alleged ringleader in the beating of a mentally disabled teenager that was live-streamed on Facebook, has pleaded guilty to a hate crime and sentenced to 8 years in prison. Jordan Hill, 20, of Carpentersville, Illinois, became the third of the 4 defendants to admit taking part in the attack when he entered the plea in a Cook County courtroom Thursday. He also pleaded guilty to aggravated kidnapping. The January 2017 incident received national attention because it involved a white victim and 4 African Americans who taunted the bound and gagged teen with profanities against white people. Prosecutors say Hill, a friend of the 18-year-old victim, took the teen to a Chicago apartment where he and 3 friends proceeded to tie him up and gag him before cutting his clothes, hair and scalp with a knife. The group recorded the attack on Facebook Live, and they can be heard yelling "FK Trump" and "FK white people" in the background. Scroll down for video. Prosecutors say Hill called the victim's mother and asked for $300 in ransom for his return. The victim eventually escaped and a police officer spotted him wandering down the street, bloodied and disoriented. Before he was sentenced on Thursday, Judge Williams Hooks, who is also black, gave Hill a lecture on racial history. "I surmise you believe you have some pride in being an African American, is that fair to say?" Hooks asked Hill. "I'm proud to be black," Hill responded quietly. Hooks then pointed out several portraits of civil rights heroes that hang in the courthouse, including Ida B. Wells and Frederick Douglass, none of which Hill could name. "Every time you take an act like this particular terrible act against this young man who couldn't defend himself, you spit on the graves of all these folks that surround you in this courtroom," the judge said. Share this article. Share an attorney for the remaining defendant, 20-year-old Tesfaye Cooper, expressed interest in a plea deal on Thursday. The 2 other suspects in the attack, sisters Brittany and Tanisha Covington, have already pleaded guilty to their crimes and been sentenced. The attack took place at 25-year-old Tanisha's West Side apartment. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison after pleading guilty in April, but is already free on parole due to time served. Her younger sister, 20, was sentenced to 4 years of probation, which included a ban on using social media. But software on her phone shows she violated that order by logging into Facebook on 3 different days in March. She was taken into custody in April, but the judge has yet to decide the issue of whether to send her back to jail to finish the rest of her sentence. The teen claims it was her boyfriend's mother who used her phone to log into Facebook.